హలో ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఈరోజు నేను ట్రూ ఆర్ ఫాల్స్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ అనే ఈ ఒక ఇండోర్ గేమ్ చూపిస్తా ఉన్నాను. ఇది కాలేజ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ కానీ, ఆఫీస్ పార్టీస్ కానీ, ఆఫీస్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఎంగేజ్మెంట్స్ కిటీ పార్టీస్ దాంట్లోనైనా మీరు దీన్ని ఆడుకోవచ్చును. ఇది జస్ట్ ట్రూ ఆర్ ఫాల్స్ అనేసి దీనికి చాలా తలుపయోగించే పని కూడా ఉండదు. అసలుకి ఏమంటే ఒక స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇస్తాము. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ని మీరు మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్‌తో అడగాలి. ఈజ్ ఇట్ ట్రూ ఆర్ ఫాల్స్? న్యూయార్క్ ఇస్ ద క్యాపిటల్ సిటీ ఆఫ్ యూఎస్ఏ. Few people may say true or few people may say false, but the actual thing is you need to know the New York is the capital city of USA. Actually it is false. Washington DC is the capital city of USA. ఓకే, నేను అనుకుంటాను మీకు అర్థమైందనేసి. మూవింగ్ ఇన్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. On January 26, India celebrates its Republic Day and Australia also celebrates its Australia Day. Is it true or false? Let us see. True. On Jan 26, India celebrates its Republic Day and as well as Australia celebrates its first landing in Australia by Captain Arthur Phillip. So it is called Australia Day 2. That's how we are giving information to the other player, whoever is interested to play this game, called true or false. Moving on to the next question. There are 3 things that the human brain cannot resist noticing it: books, clothes, serenity. If something goes for a human being to just see in a fraction of a second, they can't resist without noticing it. It's books, clothes, serenity. This is the statement. All you have to say is true or false. Books, clothes, serenity. We'll see the answer. False. It is food, attractive people and danger. Food, attractive people and danger. Moving on to the next question. You can survive without eating for weeks, but you will live only 11 days without sleeping. Is it true or false? We'll see. A person can survive without food for weeks, but he will live only 11 days without sleeping. So sleeping is important. We'll see whether the statement is true or false. True. The statement is true. So the sleeping is also equally important as eating food. You can survive without eating for weeks, but you will live only 11 days without sleeping. Moving on to the next statement. If you sit for more than 11 hours a day, there is a 50% chance you will die within the next 3 years. Oh my God, this is really a shocking statement. We'll see the result. True. If you sit for more than 11 hours a day, there is a 50% chance that you will die within the next 3 years. That means that you have to do some exercise, walking, kani, ఏమైనా బ్రిస్ వాక్, జంపింగ్, ఎనీథింగ్ విచ్ ఇస్ అట్ హోమ్ ఆల్సో యూ కెన్ డూ ఇట్. సి, మీరు ఈ గేమ్ నుంచి మీరు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇస్తూ ఉండారు ప్లేయర్స్కి. మూవింగ్ ఆన్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్. African grey parrots, which are renowned for their speaking ability, will have a lifespan of about 40 years, and some African grey parrots live beyond the age of 60, it seems. African grey parrots. మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా చూసారా ఆఫ్రికన్ గ్రే ప్యారెట్స్? చూసింటే కమెంట్ చేయండి. విల్ సీ ద రిజల్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టేట్మెంట్. ట్రూ. African grey parrots, which are renowned for their speaking ability, have a lifespan of about 40 years, and some African greys will live beyond the age of 60. Means like a human. Good. Moving on to the next statement. Brazil is named after a queen. She was famous for her dazzling beauty. This is the statement. Brazil is named after a queen. She was famous for her dazzling beauty. Let us see the statement is true or false. False. Brazil is named after a tree, that is Brazil wood trees. They are seen to be in red colored dye that was later shipped to Europe, which is where the country got its name from, Brazil wood. Okay, it's a real information. Brazil is named after a tree that is called Brazil wood, and it is in red in colored dye, and it was being shipped to Europe, which was their country got its name from. Amazing, Brazil wood. Moving on to the next statement. Men blink nearly twice as often as women. మగోలు బ్లింక్ చేస్తారు ఆడవాళ్ళ కన్నా ఎక్కువగా. This is the statement. We'll see the results. False. Women blink nearly twice as often as men. అమ్మాయిలు ఎక్కువగా బ్లింక్ చేస్తారు. This is the information. Moving on to the next statement. A person's height is determined by their father and their weight is determined by their mother. We'll see what would be the result of it. A person's height is determined by their father, height is determined by their father, and weight is determined by their mother, it seems. Okay, interesting. We'll see the results. True. A person's height is determined by their father and their weight is determined by their mother. Okay. So now you got to know if you are really hefty, whom to blame. Just kidding. All you have to do is a regular exercising. Moving on to the next statement. A human brain has a capacity to store 2 times as much as information as Wikipedia. 2 times as Wikipedia. Okay. Let me see the result of this statement. A human brain has a capacity to store 2 times as much as information as Wikipedia. False. A human brain has a capacity to store 5 times as much as Wikipedia. Okay. Human brain has a 5 times as much as information as Wikipedia. Oh, good. Moving on to the next statement. You fall asleep faster and deeper on a hammock than a bed. Hammock means it's a jokali. Uyalalu. Okay. We'll see the answer for this. True. You fall asleep faster and deeper on a hammock than a bed. Yes, this whatever it is, the statement, it's true. ఉయ్యాలలో పడుకుంటే త్వరగా నిద్ర పడతాం. True. Moving on to the next statement. Dolphins are the only animals that enjoy spicy food. Oh, కారం ఎక్కువగా ఇష్టం పడే అనిమలు డాల్ఫిన్స్. చూద్దామా ఆన్సర్. False. Humans are the only animals that enjoy spicy food. There is no such animal. Only the humans are the only animals or mammals that enjoy spicy food. Okay. Moving on to the next statement. Eating uncooked food and drinking cold water kills just as many people as smoking. Okay. Eating uncooked food and drinking cold water kills just as many as people as smoking, it seems. We'll see the results. False. Laziness and inactivity kills just as many people as smoking. Okay. Laziness and baddakam, inactivity. This kills people more than a smoking. Good. Moving on to the next statement. Newborns don't shed their tears until they are 1 to 3 days old. చిన్ని పాపలు ఒక్కరోజు నుంచి 3 రోజులకి పుట్టినప్పుడు దే డోంట్ షెడ్ దేర్ టీయర్స్, మీన్స్ దే డోంట్ హ్యావ్ దట్ టీయర్ ఇన్ దేర్ ఐ. విల్ సీ is it true or not? Even I don't know. We'll see. False. Newborns don't shed tears until they are 1 to 3 months old. Okay. Once they are 3 months old, they will be having a tears. Okay. Moving on to the next statement. Our body gives enough heat in 30 minutes to boil 1.5 liters of water. Okay, our body generates so much heat in 30 minutes to boil 1.5 liters of water, it seems. Okay, I feel this statement is true. We'll check. True. Our body gives enough heat in 30 minutes to boil 1.5 liters of water. Okay. Moving on to the next question or the statement. In Mexico, escaping from a prison isn't considered to be a crime. Oh, interesting. In Mexico, if you are escaping from the prison, it is not considered to be as a crime. We'll see the result of this statement. True. In Mexico, escaping from prison isn't considered to be a crime. Okay. You are already in prison. It means that you are already taking it. Okay. Moving on to the next statement. If a part of your body falls asleep, you can almost always wake it up by pinching it yourself. Okay. If a part of your body falls asleep, you can almost always wake it up by pinching yourself. I don't think so. We'll see the answer of the statement. False. If a part of your body falls asleep, you can almost always wake it up by shaking your head. It's just all you need to is nod your head. Or just shake. Just a shake will do the necessary. Good information. Moving on to the next statement. Birds require gravity to swallow. Okay. As human body also need gravity to stand, the same way the birds require gravity to swallow. Okay, we'll see the statement result. True. Birds require gravity to swallow. The esophagus of a bird is wide enough to swallow the larger males. Okay. They depend on the gravity to push their food down the esophagus and then later to be propelled into their stomachs. Okay. Birds have a large esophagus to swallow the big meals. Okay. And they have to depend on the gravity to push their food down to the esophagus and then later to the stomachs. Okay. Good information. Moving on to the next statement. The most used letter in the English, the alphabet is R. Do you believe? The most used letter in the English alphabet is R. Okay. We'll see the result of the statement. False. The most used letter in the English alphabet is E. The second most common letters are T, A, I, N and O. The least used letter is obviously Q. Okay. The most used is E. English. E. Okay. Eat. Okay. Elephant. Eager. So much of is. Okay. Then the least is used is Q. Okay. Very good information. We'll go to the next statement. The human brain is 78% consist of muscles. Okay. 78% is only muscles. We'll see the statement. Results. False. The human brain is 78% of water. Up to 60% of the adult human body is made up of water. Okay. Research has indicated that both human brain and the heart around 73 to 78% consist of water. So you should drink enough water. Okay. The human brain is made up of 70% around is water. So drinking water is essential. Moving on to the next statement. The human skin heals the fastest compared to all the body. The human skin heals fastest compared to all the parts of the body, it seems. Okay. Let me see the result of the statement. False. The human tongue heals the fastest compared to all of the body parts. This is due to the rich supply of the blood that circulates the tongue. It may also be there because the mouth is constantly replenishing your taste buds. Okay, it changes the taste buds. Okay, so the tongue heals the fastest compared to the rest of the body parts. Okay, interesting. We'll move to the next statement. French fries were invented in America. French fries, that is the chips, the French fry chips were invented in America. This is the statement. French fries, potato chips is also called as French fries, and it were invented in America. Okay, we'll see the statement results. False. French fries were invented actually in Belgium. Historians claim that the first instance of the potatoes being cut and fried it began in the late 1600s. Okay. Oh, chips is very oldest dish. Street vendors used to often sell this before the outbreak of the French Revolution. Okay. It was invented in Belgium. Okay. But now it has been eaten by majorly by Americans, even in India, but mostly Americans. Okay. They couldn't resist stop eating the French fries. Okay. Do comment if you like French fries like me. Moving on to the next statement. Small breeds of the dogs live longer than the larger breeds of the dogs. Okay. Small breeds like pug. Okay. They will live longer than the breeds. This is the statement. We'll see the result of it. True. Small breeds of the dogs live longer than the larger breeds. The smaller breeds have the life expectancy of 12 to 14 years. The larger dogs, on the other hand, have a life expectancy of around 8 to 10 years. For a giant breeds, they can only live short as 5 years up to 8 years. Okay, this I didn't know. Okay, really. The smaller one like pug and all, it will have the expectancy of 12 to 14 years. Okay, very nice. Okay, so do comment if you have a pet at home. Moving on to the next statement. Only male mosquitoes bites you. Only the male mosquitoes will bite humans. This is the statement. We'll see the result of the statement. False. Only female mosquitoes bite us because the required nutrition from their victims' blood is needed to develop their eggs. Male mosquitoes feed on the nectars of the flowers and live short as 5 years to up to 8 years. Oh my god, this is really interesting. The male mosquitoes will live for about 5 years up to 8 years, and they only feed on the nectars of the flower. Only female mosquitoes will bite us. Okay. Male mosquitoes feed on the nectars of the flowers and they live as short as 5 years to up to 8 years. Okay. Good one. Good information. Moving on to the next statement. Honeybees can recognize human faces. Interesting. Honeybees can recognize human faces. Oh, I'm really thrilled to see the result of the statement. Honeybees. Okay. True. Honeybees can recognize the human faces. Okay. This is really interesting one and a good one too. Honeybees. They're too small but still they can recognize the human faces. Interesting. Moving on to the next statement. Rabbit can hold their breath longer than the dolphins. Up to 40 minutes they can hold the breath. Okay. Rabbit can hold their breath longer than the dolphins. Up to 40 minutes. Guys, what do you think? True or false? Let us see. Rabbit or dolphins? We'll see. False. Sloths can hold their breath longer than the dolphins, up to 40 minutes. Sloth bears. Okay. They can hold their breath longer than the dolphins, up to 40 minutes. Okay. Good. Moving on to the next statement. Okay. That's all for this segment. Do like, share and subscribe. మీకు ఎలా అనిపించింది ఈ గేమ్ అనేసి చెప్పండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.